the good of all Kree.
For the good of all Kree.
We need to do like a fist bump, like that'd be great. There we go. What is up, everybody? I can't believe I'm back. This is like all like I was just saying to what I don't know how to start this thing anymore. Like it's just like my computer is like from like ancient times. But it's so good to be back. We are back for the Disney movie review, and this week, I mean, it's quite fitting. It's quite fitting because not only is it the Academy Awards tonight.
Oh, that's right.
This movie has amazing history with the Academy Awards, and it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I mean, what a fitting movie to have on Academy Award evening. I mean, this is one of the biggest movies of all time. Like, it's one of the highlights, one of the,
its implications, not implications, but its significance in the history of animated movies and features.
Yeah.
Can't go without being said. It's the one that made cartoons legitimate animated features. If this movie had failed, I don't know where we would be today. This
is Genesis. This is the movie that started everything. Like all animated movies can go back to this film.
This is one people didn't think they thought cartoons were like 5-minute things. You watched them, they were over. Nobody thought that no, you can't do this. It's not legitimate. And here we are.
And this is why this movie is so important. And we're not just going to talk about the movie this week. We're going to talk about its history, what it did for the Disney company, what it does for the company now, what we get now from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and just show our appreciation of this movie. But before all that, before everything, we need to say hello to the chat, and let's get started. We got Dennis Algazi. What is up, brother? Good to see you. You got to forgive me with my little cough right here. I've been getting over a cold.
Well, he's coffee. I'm sneezy. I've been sneezing all day. My nose is red. I think part of it is because of the sun from being out at the parks today. But I can't stop sneezing. My allergies have been acting up like crazy. So we got 2 of the 7 dwarfs here tonight.
Coughing is a Pokemon, not a dwarf.
Well, we'll make you happy. There you go.
Happy. There we go. I'm happy to be back. There we go. Gene, welcome into the stream. Great to see you. This little channel, Mouse Talk, very, very little. No, there, massive channel. No, big channel. We got Catherine Wilby. Welcome in, Catherine Wilby. Great to see you. We got the wonderful Melissa from Mouse Talk. I missed you. Thank you for coming and listening. Alex Kinnett, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Matt Simba 2, great to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. There is Sam. What's up, Samantha? I'm missing you like crazy. Welcome in. Kelsey Elizabeth. This is the first time I think you've joined the channel. Thank you so much for being here.
Yay! Kelsey's really one of our members. I'm glad she's here. This is awesome.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for being here. That really means a lot. Thank you for jumping over to my channel. Alex Cadet says, people thought the colors of a cartoon could make you crazy if you watched a long cartoon. I thought you were going to start, people thought the colors of the wind and start singing Pocahontas, but maybe not. What's up, Zoe? Wishing Mouse. Good to see you, Zoe. We got Movie Mania Nick. What is up, brother? Catherine Mulby says, we get grumpy from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Absolutely. In fact, I'm wearing my grumpy pants right now. So there you go.
Grumpy.
Well, I'm not grumpy, though. I'm very happy. Or a bit dopey at the moment because it's like 11 o'clock at night. Was that sleepy? I don't really know, to be honest. But we are talking about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs this evening. I'm really excited. But first, I've missed this guy. He's one of my brothers, my many brothers, actually. I don't have any brothers. I'm a lonely child, unlike the dwarfs. But he is my brother. Walt from Mouse Dog, good to see you. What's been going on with your channel? Now, when I've last saw you, you only had, a very small 10,000 subscribers. You're now what, 100,000 something?
No, not at all. No, we've been having a blast. We've been going to the parks, having a good time. We had our members only stream earlier this week. It's been a blast, and seeing things like this where Kelsey Elizabeth comes over to see your channel and everybody else, this cross-channel stuff is amazing. I love it. Kelsey, thank you for coming over here and supporting Dan. Dan's a former cast member, and he is a really good friend of ours, and we have a blast. And we've been missing Dan. Dan is a prominent part of this community Well, he's been behind the scenes lately, so we've missed him, and he's the reason why we stream. He was my inspiration to stream. So for those that didn't know that, but we're good. Everything's good, man. I'm just glad we're back to doing this. Hopefully, we'll be able to get on a little bit better, more of a regular schedule.
Absolutely.
Get more of these reviews done. But I'm excited about this one.
Yeah.
1937.
I know.
We're coming up on 90 years.
90 years. I can't wait for the 100-year anniversary. Alex Cadet says, can you name all the 7 dwarfs? Hungry. Painfully? No. Any of those?
Faithfully.
Yes. Unfaithfully.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you have Doc.
OCD? No, that's not
You
it.
have Doc, happy, grumpy, sneezy, bashful. Who am I missing?
Happy.
Dopey and happy. There you
go. That took way longer than it needed to be, I think.
I know.
We disappoint so many people. Sometimes I feel like the 7 dwarfs rolled up into anyone else.
Sure,
maybe.
Absolutely.
Whoa, hold the phone. Hold the phone. We've got the man here. We got Zippity Doodad. What is up, Patrick? Good to see you, brother. It has been a while.
What's up, Patrick?
Hope you're doing well, brother. And we need to catch up soon, buddy. We need to catch up soon. Hope my buddy PJ is doing great. Yeah, we need to catch up. Great to have you here. Now, 1937. This was Walt Disney's sort of, right, I'm going to put all my money into this. I'm going to, we've made flowers and trees. We've done all these things with Mickey Mouse, all that kind of stuff. We're going to put all the money into this feature film and see what happens. And it was a bit successful. Just a little bit. No, it wasn't. It was a massive success. Isaac Nail, what's up, brother? Good to see you. It was a massive success, so much that the Academy Awards gave Walt Disney a separate award just for this. It was literally an Academy Award with 7 smaller Academy Awards in one big trophy. Like, that's never happened before, and it was just because it was the original animated movie. It's
groundbreaking. It was groundbreaking for its time. It was the starting point for everything we have today. It really did. Do I think we would have ultimately got here if this had failed? I do, but I think it would have took a lot longer, and we would be looking at a totally different landscape of how animated pictures were seen and made if this had failed. But Absolutely. It didn't. It didn't fail, and it didn't fail for a lot of reasons, and I'm sure we're going to get into it when we talk about the movie itself. There's a reason why this was, why this did good, why it did great, why it was so groundbreaking and so amazing. It tells a really good, as simple a story as it is, it tells a really good story.
It's a great story. It's an absolutely great story. And I think before we even get to the story, when watching this on Disney Plus, I've got to say, the animation still holds up. Nearly 100 years of this film being released, and it still holds up. And it's just like, you watch all these films. If you looked at films that came out in the 1930s, some of those films just don't hold up at all. Even films from like the 1950s, 60s, 70s, they still don't hold up. But this animated film does. And that's probably why it's so special, because if you put this next to something like, I don't know, let's think of a more modern film, like The Princess and the Frog. The Princess and the Frog was the last hand-drawn animated film. They're very, very similar. Obviously, there are some stylistic techniques, and the technology is advanced, but...
And just this film in general has gotten better, too.
Absolutely. It's just been... It's been great to see this film just develop and just become one of the classics, not just in Disney history, but in film history as a whole. Consider every frame was completed by hand, and I was thinking that right up to the first scene in the film where the evil queen is standing at the mirror, the magic mirror. She goes, magic mirror on the wall, and you see it all come up in flames. And I just think one animator has probably spent a month, 2 months, 3 months just drawing flames that go up to reveal this face on the magic mirror. Like, how incredibly patient and talented are these animators? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. Matt says it right there. He says it almost didn't happen. Walt couldn't get financing because bankers didn't think a full-length cartoon would make money. But Bank of America took the risk and financed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there they are. But it's true. I mean, people back then, and that's why I said it earlier, it was like people didn't think that animated films were meant for full-length feature films. This is an hour-and-a-half movie.
Yeah, it
works. Hey, Paul.
It does work. Paul Angle, welcome in. And Sherry, what's up, Surfer Girl? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So we start off, and I think it's great that they open the film with the villain. And this is as iconic of a Disney villain as we get, the evil queen with the magic mirror. And she is scary, not even in her sort of old hag form, like even just her, showing that sort of dominance and power, standing up straight, the posture of this character is fantastic. And we get introduced to Snow White. And I will say this, Snow White in the film, her voice is lovely and charming and just really, really nice. Snow White in the parks, it's too squeaky for me.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it depends. There are times when I think you're right, and then there are other ones where I've seen Snow White in certain parks, and I think the girl hits it spot on. I'm like, oh, she's good.
Could you imagine if, if you go up to Snow White and she goes, hello? It's like a nice, deep, voice like this.
Well, hopefully she won't say that. But, Snow White is my second favorite princess of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I put her not the lowest, but I would put her quite low for me.
Oh, I love Snow White. I always have.
But she is a wonderful character. I think she's very much, that she is the Disney princess, right? That is
she's first. She's number one.
First. Everyone thinks Cinderella. If you're not a hardcore fan, people often think Cinderella was first, but because Cinderella is probably the most popular,
right? Correct.
The most famous princess.
Hey,
Snow
Matt.
White was actually the first. Hey, WDW Max, great to see you. Thank you for being here.
Good to see you. Well, the thing about it is, you talk about magic mirror on the wall. Who's fairest of them all? If you really take away the evil side of the evil queen, she's actually really pretty as the queen herself. She's pretty.
She's very elegant, isn't she? She's very elegant. She's very elegant.
Very elegant. She's very pretty. She's very fair, but she's vain. She has to be number one. She has to be the fairest. She understands that she's beautiful. She wants to be told that. She wants to be reaffirmed that. She wants validation. And when the magic mirror doesn't give it to her, she's like, what? I'm number two? I don't think so.
I don't know why she just didn't put up like a beauty contest rather than just asking a magic mirror. I don't know. It would have been a different story. WDW Max says, I love Snow White. So the dwarf's favorite dwarf is Dopey. Such a great movie. So we get this little sort of, let's get into the music. There we go. There comes Sneezy. Snow White is singing by the wishing well, the echoing wishing well, which, obviously we have that wishing well in Magic Kingdom.
We do.
And then, we get interacted. And this is something that we really don't see a lot in a lot of Disney films. The prince interacting so early on with the princess. And I completely forgot about how quickly the prince really is involved with this movie. Bearing in mind, he actually isn't in for very long at all. But it's literally just, bam, straight in. They're meeting at the wishing well. She kind of she runs off because she was scared. But then she's there because she's sort of charmed by it.
Oh, yeah. She's startled for sure, but she's
definitely startled, creeped out, but then also like, oh, actually, okay, maybe not. Now, Sherry goes, the opening scene where she's singing at the well is my favorite song. I love that at Disneyland when she's singing at the well. No one films it. Yeah, I know, right? Did you review Pixar movie Ratatouille? Love that movie. We have not yet.
We haven't gotten to it yet.
Nope, not yet.
We will when we get to it.
The prince totally upstaged Snow White, says Matt. Okay.
He does have a good voice.
He does have a good voice. No one realized you can hear that at the well. It bounces off. Yeah, possibly.
That's interesting.
So, they have a little sort of, nice little sing-song off the balcony. And it kind of like pays homage almost to like Romeo and Juliet, which is obviously something that probably Walt was inspired by when he was thinking about great literature, great storytelling.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, it's great to have that sort of reference. And we get a little scene from the evil queen saying, "Here, this is what you need to do. You need to kill Snow White."
She tells the huntsman.
She tells the huntsman
to the forest and kill her. And then she says, "But I want proof. Bring me her heart."
Right. Yeah. So she has a little scream, a little scare, another scare, this time by a different man, the huntsman. And the huntsman can't do it. The huntsman has that sort of guilt that they cannot kill Snow White.
And he's right. He takes her out in the forest, and it looks like he's going to do it. I mean, it really does at first. But he's not a bad guy. He's doing what his queen tells him to do, but he really doesn't want to kill her. So at the very last minute, he has to change her heart, and he tells her, the queen wants you dead. Go away, because she'll get somebody else to do it.
He's a bad guy, but that doesn't make him
a bad guy.
So she runs off screaming into, let's be honest, a really creepy and scary scene in the forest. And while the huntsman kills a pig and puts the pig's heart in a box. What's in the box? No, we're not doing that. That's another movie reference. What's in the box? Do you know the reference?
Is that Pirates?
No, Con Air.
I don't remember that.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, I've seen Con Air like 100 times, so I don't ever remember that.
Okay.
I'm thinking Pirates when Davy Jones when his heart's in
I've got a Georgia. I got a Georgia. Yeah. So, we're going really off piece here.
Well, we always have to do references.
I know we have to get our references in. So Snow White ends up in a forest, which is quite scary. Really coolly animated. It reminds me a lot of I don't know if you've ever seen the Ichabod Crane and Mr. Toad film with Ichabod Crane going through the forest.
Yeah, with her and part of it is her imagination running wild, where it looks like the forest is coming to life to try to get her, and the different scenes that they show in that animation with the trees and this and that.
Yeah,
they do a good job with that of really showing her terror, her fear, and her imagination getting the best of her. Like everybody and everything is out to get her at this point, and she's all alone, and the world is frightening. That's kind of how I take it. It's not just the forest, but as a whole, everything is frightening.
It's definitely frightening. And actually, you got to admit, this film, it's creepy. Like, there's a lot of dark scenes in this film. Like, there's a lot of sort of, would make you a bit on edge, especially if you were a child. There is some certain scary parts of this film.
Agreed, 100%.
So she ends up getting out of the forest by her animal friends, her animal psychics. She seems to have the ability of speaking and talking to animals, because all princesses are superheroes, which is great.
It's true.
It's true.
And Morella's got that niche.
Yep. But I feel like some princesses can actually speak English to animals, and some just squeak at each other. Because Ariel can speak to Scuttle and Flounder, whereas a lot of other princesses can't. So I don't know. The scene of Snow White's, the scene of Snow White's death and the dwarfs. Sad for her, literally breaks me every time. We need to get that.
Max, you're giving it away!
Actually, that was me because I clicked the comment. Hence the reason of the name of the attraction, Snow White's Scary Adventure, and we will get that very, very soon. Excuse me. Now, she ends up at a cottage.
Mm-hmm.
A very small cottage where let's be honest, it looks like it hasn't been cleaned for a very, very long time.
No, it hasn't been, because there's a reason.
And we get into definitely the Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but actually the Seven Bears kind of story. And she goes in, and she's just like, what is going on here? And she figures out, oh, this must be children. Children are in this house. Like, there's no parents. She genuinely believes that all these, things, the beds and everything, all children. She goes, she reads all the names, like there's Grumpy and Sneezy and Dark and Bashful. And she goes, those are some funny children's names. And I just think that's just quite sort of creative. Because we all know that they're dwarfs. We all know that. But she doesn't. And I think that's sort of quite funny.
Well, what I like about it is when she goes inside, part of it too is because the house is a mess. I mean, everything, the dishes are dirty. There's dust everywhere. There's cobwebs everywhere. The beds are unmade. Everything just looks terrible. Something that, kids would not take care of. Now, remember, back in 1937 when this first came out, we know they're today they're not children. They're dwarves, but I don't know. Depending on back then, I know it's called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but I think it's pretty neat the way they set it up, like it could be children, but it's actually the dwarves.
Exactly. Speaking of the dwarfs, we get that iconic song.
Hi ho.
You look like you're about to say something that
I was going to talk about iconic songs, but I'll wait. There are so many in this film. Even the first "Someday My Prince Will Come." That's a huge song in today. Everybody knows that song. "Someday My Prince Will Come." Hi ho, hi ho. Oh hum, the tune is dumb. The words don't mean a thing. You've got so many songs that are in this that are ones we know and love today that almost, 85 years later, we still sing them and we know them.
So Hi Ho is that classic Disney song where you cannot resist in singing along to. If you're on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and you're, going through the mines and they start singing Hi Ho, you're singing Hi Ho. And look at that.
There's my, up there is my
top right-hand corner.
That's an original painting by the artist of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Wow.
That's not a print. That's an original canvas.
That's neat. But everyone will sing that song.
Yes, agreed.
People will sing
commercial.
There you go. There's that Disney commercial scene.
That's
along the log.
That's the Disney commercial.
What's up, Cynthia? Great to see you, Candy Mum. Thank you so much for being here. Miss you like crazy.
Stacey Rogers is here too. Hey, Stace.
Hey, Stacey. It's a long time no see. Great to see you. Welcome in. Alex says, when she's with the animals looking at the mess, she says, you think their mother, wait, maybe they don't have a mother, and the animals shake their heads. No, do they think they're kids? I think that's funny.
Yeah. No.
Excuse me. So, they made their way home, and Snow White, she's been cleaning, she's been cooking, she's been, clearing up, after the dwarves, and she finally sort of passes out on the beds of the dwarves, and the dwarves come in, and they're like really startled. They think it's like the lights are on. What's going on? Is it a ghost? Is it whatever it is? And they're like, I just love the whole creeping around the house.
It's fantastic.
The squeaking,
and I think it's hilarious too. When
I think putting Dopey in the forefront, like, it was like, Dopey, you're going up them stairs. Yeah. You're seeing what's happening. And then when he sees Snow White like on the bed and like looking like a ghostly figure, it's brilliant. It really absolutely brilliant. And I think it's probably one of the best scenes because there isn't a lot of dialogue. There isn't a lot of sort of talking. It's literally just the animators having fun.
Mm-hmm.
The dwarfs coming home. It has been crazy. It is crazy that they can think of such a simple idea. So,
well, that's why I was saying earlier, it's a very simple story. There's not a lot to it, but it works well because the animation and the story that they're telling is just convincing enough that it works. It really does.
I forgot about the theme of the movie. I thought he was talking about his girlfriend at first.
You're funny.
No, that wasn't for the review. That's for a different stream.
Yes, right. Cut and wash. The sugar's gone. That's right. He does say that. Where are the steps.
I love the fact that they kept trying to hold back Sneezy from sneezing. Like they were like, he actually defies the laws of gravity as well, because he can like lift up and hold in midair while they're all sort of hold. It's like his nose is like a
It's not
helium
like the
balloon.
greatest sneeze in the world. At one time, he sneezes and everybody was flying.
It's great. So at the end, Snow White gets woken up by the dwarves. They're like hanging on the end of the bed, like you see in the thumbnail of this video. And they get introduced to, and she actually makes the guesses of who each of the dwarfs are, and they have a really good time just trying to find out, like, who is Snow White. They're kind of, really blessed to have the princess in their cottage, like it's something really sort of special for them. And this is where it gets to probably one of my favorite parts of the movie, and it's a really simple part of the movie. So Snow White is cooking some dinner. She's cooking some soup. And we get to the wash scene.
Oh, washing, yes. Well, she asks them all, about washing themselves, and they're dwarves. They're guys. They're dirty. They work in the mine all the time, and they have no reason to clean.
Now, as a lot of you probably know, or some of you don't know, I'm a teacher, and I teach in an all-boys school. And whenever you try and get them ready for lunch, tell them to go wash their hands, ready to eat. They're like, no, we're not going to do that. Watching this scene reminds me so much of them.
That's
and the best thing is when they're like, put your hands in the bathtub, collect
your
hands, put it on your face, and go, like it's so funny. It's so funny.
I love that part. I think that, and of course, Grumpy is not having it the whole time. He's like, no, I'm not washing. And they have to kind of team up to get him washed up. But it was, I love that.
It's a great scene. Great scene.
It really is.
I might show my students that before we have lunch tomorrow. There we go. That'll be a great scene. So they enjoy a nice, lovely soup, and they enjoy sort of a nice sort of dance, playing lots of different songs and things. Hey, Karki, good to see you. Carol, welcome in. So it's just been great to have sort of the Snow White character interact with the dwarves and getting on so friendly. Okay, now let's get to one of the scarier parts of the movie. So the evil queen finds out from the huntsman that actually she looks in the box, takes it to the magic mirror, and actually finds out that the heart is from a pig and not actually Snow White's heart, meaning that Snow White is still alive.
Right, the magic mirror. Because she, at this point, is like, ha, now who's the fairest of them all? And he goes, well, it's still Snow White.
And we get the sort of the metaphor: if you can't get someone to do it yourself.
You want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
Exactly. So she does a magic spell. Now, it's kind of like science mixed with magic, because she has like all this science equipment, and then she's managed to control. She's pretty much Storm from the X-Men, because she can like conjure storms and thunder. So she's kind of got that mutant powers of Storm, as well as being a very good scientist. Anyway, there you go. There's your X-Men reference if you would like. Now, you're welcome. But she turns her elegant, beautiful self into by far one of the creepiest scenes in Disney history, and it's very, very iconic. And we'll get to that when we see it in the ride in Snow White's Scary Adventure. She comes out of shot, and we see the back of her, and then she turns and faces the camera, and you see this hag, this creepy witch sort of face, and it's scary. And what was even more scary was when they ended the scene and everything went to black to go on to the next scene. They just left the eyes gleaming, and it was just brilliant. Like, really one of the best scenes in Disney history, one of the creepiest and scariest scenes. But it's great.
Well, the whole scene where she's putting the different parts of the potion in, and then she talks about a crash of light and a gust of wind, and and then you see the apple, and you see the apple turn into the skull right on the apple, which we actually have a Christmas ornament of that.
Cool.
It's just amazing. It really is really, really cool. And that whole scene, the conjuring of the poison apple is really a cool, scary for 1937 for a cartoon. Part of the reason why it works is because you can see that even in a cartoon, it doesn't always have to be kooky and stupid and dumb and funny and slapstick. There can be scary, serious parts that can be done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the transformation of her to the old hag, and then obviously the apple scene, the sleeping death.
Right.
And it's just a very intense sort of, and it just shows how scary this character is.
And the lengths that she'll go to be the fairest of them all.
Absolutely.
I mean, and what I really liked about it too is after she conjures and gets the apple together, she goes back and says, "Is there an antidote? We have to make sure there's no way she can." And then that's when she reads, "Well, a true love's kiss can save her." Yep. And she thinks, well, we don't have to worry about that.
Exactly.
She doesn't know about the prince.
Exactly. Two Real Geeks, what is up? Good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. So, the dwarfs go off to work the next day. Snow White is doing like the kiss on the forehead, and Dopey keeps going round and round and round, which I think is quite funny. So they head off to go work back in the mines the next day. And Snow White is just, cleaning. She turns around, and we see a little jump scare of the evil queen as the old hag at the window of the dwarf's house, saying to her, it's the apple pies that, what the men want. It's not the gooseberry pies, it's the apple pies. T-Town Mary Ellen, welcome in. Great to see you. So they're kind of like she's really just being very manipulative. The animals are trying to no, she's no good. She's bad news. Don't go anywhere near her. And actually Snow White is rejecting the animals and helping this old woman into the house.
Right.
Trying to be that sincere, nice.
Well, the old hag is smart because she's appealing to her good nature. She knows she's going to help her. She knows she's going to let her in. She knows that she's trusting. She has a great nature about her. She's someone that wants to help others. But the animals see right through it, and they know who she is.
Yep. And the animals then were like, right, we need to get them dwarfs, get them back. But obviously, it's too late. And this, we actually don't see we do see Snow White take a bite of the apple, but we don't actually see her falling. All we just see is her arm falling on the ground.
Yep, and then the apple rolling away. Yeah, the whole time you got to remember, they really do a good job with this film of making it build the tension, because as she's trying to get her to eat the apple, they then cut to the animals running to the dwarfs and telling the dwarfs. And they cut back to her, again, trying to coerce her. She still won't eat it just yet, but she's still coercing her. Then they find out, and they're trying to get back. They're trying to get there in time to save her. And you're thinking, oh, my gosh, are they going to get there? Are they going to save her? Are they going to save her? Are they going to get there in time? And then they cut back, and then she finally does take the bite of the apple, and it's too late.
The animals are trying to get the dwarfs back. They're like, what's going on? They're like, no, go away. And they actually, they seem something is wrong, and they rush back. And it's sort of the very short third act almost really gets into sort of a higher gear now. This is sort of where we start to sort of wrap up the movie.
Yeah, and it's the scene where after she takes the bite, they finally get there, and they see the old hag leaving the house, so they chase her. It's raining and thundering and terrible weather, and they chase her up this mountain. And this is, again, one of those scenes that, for an animated feature, I think really is very adult. I don't know any other way of saying it.
Yeah.
With how they do this entire part of it. They're going after her to take her down. They really are. And she's trying to get away. And then she goes up this cliff, up this hill to this cliff where she gets trapped. And there's this boulder up there. And I'll let
she tries to
She's trying to get there.
Yeah, she's trying to use sort of leverage to get the boulder to roll down the hill, but she obviously lost her lightning and wind powers from before, and like that, like literally what just happened to Walt. You know, he lost the wind and lightning powers, and falls off the cliff. And like all basic villains in Disney, there you go, it falls off.
But we don't see her. I mean, obviously she falls off the cliff, so I'm assuming it's not 3 feet down.
No.
But not only does she fall off the cliff.
Well, do we? How much do we know whether that's true? She could have fallen into a swimming pool. I don't know.
Fell into Acme Chemicals, and that's who the Joker really is.
I mean, it's better than being Clayton from Tarzan. That was quite a gruesome death.
Oh,
that's quite a gruesome one. Miss Sugar Cookie, welcome into the stream. Thank you so much for being here. So good to see you.
I'm here. I'm just sneezing because my allergies are killing me, so I go off screen to sneeze.
That's all right. I thought you were just cosplaying as Sneezy. That's okay. I've wondered if the lightning strike was a way for the animators to avoid the dwarves killing her. I don't think the dwarves actually would have killed her, but I think they would have maybe captured her or something, like forced her to,
turn her back. They weren't going to go down that road. I don't think we've never really had that happen in any film, except well, that's not true. Actually, Sleeping Beauty, he doesn't he stab her. But anyway, I don't know that they were going to go down that road. Her dying the way she did in the scene, I think, was very good. I think it was poignant. That even her own wind and lightning kind of did her in.
They might have won if they had Gimli on their team.
Oh, Gimli! Yes, they would have won with Gimli. Or
Gimli and or what's his name? Tyrion Lannister.
Oh yes, or Thorin Oakenshield.
Thorin. No, those are the proper seven dwarfs. I mean, that'd be great. And what's his name from X-Men: Days of Future Past? The villain from.
Oh yeah,
Trask. There you go.
Oliver Trask.
There you go. We've completely lost track. so they end up getting Snow White on this beautiful. Hey, Cinderella loves Disney. Great to see you. On this beautiful bed, all the dwarfs are really, really upset. And then we get the cliche, classic, the prince comes in, saves the day, gives her a nice smooch. She wakes up. They go on a horse and live happily ever after.
Well, let me backtrack for a minute, because something that I thought was really, really kind of wow. They went there for an animated film. She knew that once she ate the apple, it wouldn't kill her. It would put her in a sleeping death. She's not really dead. She's sleeping for forever until she got the kiss. Yep. But he literally says it. The dwarfs won't know any better. They'll bury her alive.
Yeah.
That's kind of really, really evil, even for an animated film. I mean, for back then to say that like that, oh my gosh, they're going to bury her alive. And then they actually address that later when they say they couldn't bury her. She was so pretty. They put her in a glass coffin. There's always people over her.
She's going to be biogenically frozen or something.
Yeah, cryogenically frozen.
Cryogenically frozen. There you go. She's going to be put in the dwarf's bathtub and then left to freeze. There you go. That would have been good. There we go. That would have worked. Hey, Rob. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Just saying, guys, if you haven't checked out RobFuz's channel, my partner channel, go check him out. We have been doing, not me because I've been super busy, but T and Adam's Land have been doing the Oscar Academy Awards nominations and things over the last couple of weeks for the actual awards tonight. Please go check him out. And it's actually a big competition between myself, RobFuz, Adam's Land, Brandon, and a few others where we see who won Best Picture and all that kind of stuff. So go check him out. Anyway, so yes. So that's how the story ends. But I think we just very need to quickly, I know this is going to be a slightly longer review because we need to talk about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and the impact it had not just in cinema, but on the Disney company. I mean, we've had incredible attractions like Snow White's Scary Adventures, where you were Snow White. Snow White was not featured in this attraction. You were Snow White, and you were that that character walking through her journey. The scary scene where you see the evil queen turn around and see the old hag.
Great effect, by the way.
Brilliant effect. Aloha to Disney. Hey, Kylie, good to see you. Long time no see. I hope everyone is well. That's a great attraction. Then in recent years, we've had the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which obviously is a wonderful addition to Fantasyland. It's a really modern and high-tech attraction, a very simple attraction. Sometimes maybe a bit underrated. People might think it's a bit overrated. I really enjoy the attraction. I think the theming is fantastic. Granted, I wish it was like 30 seconds to a minute longer, but apart from that, I really, really enjoy the attraction. But we still get that amazing meet and greet with Snow White in the World Showcase in Epcot in Germany. It's great that we get to meet the dwarfs for things like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. There's even a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs dining event at what was Artist Point, I believe. It's now
Moving Slides at Artist Point. Yep,
that's it.
Grumpy, Snow White, and the Evil Queen. Amazing.
It's fantastic. I mean, we know how
prominent in the parks. Even the Festival of the Fantasy Parade, which we've seen lately a ton. Her and all seven dwarfs are in that parade, and it's amazing. Like you said, you've got the Epcot at the Germany Pavilion, the meet and greet over there, which I absolutely love. You had Snow White Scary Adventures, which is still at Disneyland in California. You've got Seven Dwarfs Mine Train here. She is very much still a part of the Disney culture at these parks.
She always will be.
So.
She always will be.
Always. Has to be.
She, Snow White, and the characters and this film. If it weren't for this film, Disney wouldn't be what it is today at all. And this will come to our review. I mean, this will come to our overall.
Absolutely true. Let me just say this. I agree with you 100%, Dan. If this movie fails, I don't know where the Walt Disney Company is today.
Yeah.
He put everything into this.
He did.
He really did.
He really did. It's just
he hit a home run.
He did.
He hit a home run.
Absolutely did.
He knocked it out of the park. He really did.
And this is where we come into play, and not just us, but you guys watching. You guys get to vote and grade Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Now, over here on Disney Movie Review, we do a letter grade where you give an A+ all the way down to an F. So in the chat, while we're talking about our review, our summary of the film, put in the chat, what would you give this movie out of an A+ being a perfect movie down to an F? Though this is, Genesis, this is the original animated movie. Is it a perfect movie? That's up to you. We would like you to tell us what grade you would give it and why. So please put that in the chat while we discuss what we would give it. So we're going to start off with Walt. Give us your review, your letter grade, your favorite character, favorite scene, just your summary of the film.
1937 still holds weight today. Still very prominent in the parks. It's not forgotten. It's the barometer that everything was measured off of to start. It's what kept the company going. If it fails, we may not even have Walt Disney Pictures today. Who knows? Absolutely love this film. The animation still holds water today. I agree with you. It's still relevant, still fantastic today. The story is simple but awesome. The villain is fantastic. There's scary parts, there's happy parts, there's sad parts, there's joyous parts. The music is some of the most iconic songs that we all know and love, even 85 years later today. I love this film. My favorite character is probably Grumpy in this, followed by Snow White. She's a close second for me. I really love Snow White. My favorite scene is where they're dancing. That's my favorite part of the film. I love that song. I love the dancing in that. where they all have they're all part of it. The ho hum, the tune is dumb, the words don't mean a thing. I love that, and this is my first A+.
Woohoo!
It really is number one. I really love this a lot. It's one of my favorites. I finished watching it today because we've been so busy, and I absolutely loved it. And the ending, he really nails it with the ending when he's got the music playing and the people singing. I love it. It's an A+ for me. If Snow White's on the TV, I could watch it anytime. I have no problem with it. It's an A+ for Walt. My first one.
There you go. That's your first A+. I've already actually given out 2 A+s before.
Yes.
So to have Walt give his A+, his first A+ is absolutely amazing. So
Here it is.
absolutely amazing. So let's just quickly see what everyone put before we get to my review. Stacey Rogers gives it an A+. Candy Mum gives it a B+. Movie Made Nick gives it an A. Melissa gives it an A-. Jean gives it an A+. Card Key gives it an A. Alex Connett says A+. It has an interesting story arc, good tension, wonderful color and songs, and it's the beginning. Candy Mum says, I said that because it was solid, but just not one of my favorite cartoons. That's absolutely fine. Simba gives it an A. That's cool, Matt. Well done. My favorite character is Grumpy as a kid. Now I love Dopey. B+ for Catherine Wilby. She says B+ is a good movie, but not my favorite. Grumpy is the character who changes during the story. He becomes the leader to save Snow White and breaks down.
He's 100% correct. Out of every character, he has the best story arc.
Absolutely.
He really does.
Absolutely.
He's right. And that's why I think he's my favorite, for sure.
Absolutely. For my review, look, this film is timeless. As we said at the start of this review, it still holds up even today. The animation looks incredible. The music is incredible. The story's simple but effective. Brilliant villain, brilliant characters, fantastic arts of the characters. You know, it for me is an almost perfect film. Now, when I think about how I grade a film, if it's perfect, I really have to be felt emotional by it. Now, did I get that emotion? Yes, but not as much emotion as probably some of the other films that we've seen. But it's still a very, very near perfect. So I gave Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs an A. That's why I gave it an A. Just if it was like an A and a half or A just near a plus, like pre-plus, A pre-plus, like that's where it would be. It's just before an A+ for me.
No, but what's really funny is everybody, the lowest grade we saw was a B+.
Yes.
That was the lowest we saw. We're all on the same page with this. That's
absolutely. My favorite character is Dopey. I really enjoy Dopey. I also really enjoy Doc. I love the fact that Doc just messes up with his words. I think it's hilarious.
Very good.
You don't get emotional when Dopey cries down. I do. I really do. But, you know, when Maximus Decimus Meridius dies in Gladiator, that's when I feel the emotion. Can I talk
about that for a second? When I watched Gladiator for the first time, I was at Melissa's dad's house in Maine. They all went out. I stayed behind. Watched it at his house. Love Gladiator. I know it's off a Disney movie. When he dies at the end of that movie, I am so upset. I'm kind of mad. I'm like, what? I get it.
It's the fact that he's at peace and, you know,
but it's like, come on. Does he have to die?
Cheated. We could do a whole 3-hour stream on Gladiator because it's my favorite film ever. But Kaki goes, so an A+-? Yeah, I mean, if you want. Karen, welcome in. Hey, Donna. Good to see you, my lovely. Welcome in. How could he be Doc when he tried to bury her alive? I mean, you know, he has his goods and bads. And my favorite scene has to be when they enter their house with the lights on and they're creeping up while Snow White's asleep. I think it's hilarious. It's such a great scene. Or the bathtub scene, the washing up scene. I love that scene.
Yes.
But yeah, that's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Brilliant review. We really enjoyed this film. And look, if you haven't seen Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, please, what are you doing? Go out and watch this movie. It is like Disney wouldn't be its thing without this film. So, exactly.
He
Now,
picked the right one to be first. He really did.
Exactly.
He picked the right one to be first. And look, it's one of the things we love about Disney movie review, folks, is it gives you guys the chance to maybe go see a film that you've never seen before. Look, we've done it. There's been plenty of them that we've said, I've never seen this. This will be the first time I've watched it. And I'm sure we'll do it countless more times as we go into the box. These are a blast. Hey, Will Lovins.
I love that. He says, "Hi, everybody. Also, who said Doc has a doctorate of medicine? He could have had an engineering degree or uses it for mining."
That's true. That's true.
I've only just met you, Will, but I love that. That's great. Right. Don't go anywhere. Nick, you said you're going. No, don't go, because you need to see what the next film is. So stay here.
It's time for the pull.
It's time for the pull. So, as you know, every movie that we pick out of the box. And the box is always getting refilled with new things that are coming in on Disney Plus. Now, we only stick it to movies. So, things like Hawkeye or The Mandalorian, all that kind of stuff, the TV shows, we can't watch that in a week. So, we choose films. So, next week's movie will be on that guy's channel. So, whatever we pick, go out and watch this week, and we'll be back next week on Walt's channel. So, where is the drum roll, guys? Get the drum roll emojis going. So we've had Peter Pan and Snow White and all that kind of stuff. Let's see where we're going this time.
I think you're going to pull a Marvel out. I really do. I think it's going to be a Marvel.
Nope.
No?
Nope. Now, I believe the actor in this film, the lead actor, is Mr. Jake Gyllenhaal. And it's a live-action film.
I have no Newsies.
No. I believe it's him. I can't remember. We are watching. You probably can't see this. Oh. Let's see. The Prince of Persia.
Oh, yes! Good pull!
Yeah, so we're watching The Prince of Persia.
Absolutely. I know what film you're talking about. Ben Kingsley's in this.
I've never seen it.
What's her name's in it? Who's absolutely beautiful in this.
Don't tell Melissa. Let me look it up. Prince of Persia.
It's the first time I had ever seen her in anything. I was like, wow, that's a really...
It is Jake Gyllenhaal. So Jake Gyllenhaal, it's got Gemma
Arterton. Yes, her.
Ben Kingsley, Alfred Molina.
Yes.
Wow, we've got a good cast. So it's going to be...
I actually have a lot to say about this film next week, and I challenge anybody to come back next week and watch and listen, because there's... How do I say this? I'll give you 2 words when it comes to this film. Missed potential. I'll leave it at that. I'm going to, until we talk about it next week, missed potential.
And you've got me intrigued. Now, I know of the movie.
I've
never seen it.
Melissa's comment is kind of along the lines of where I'm going. In our humble opinion, missed potential here.
2010 it came out.
Yeah, 12.
So 12 years
ago. Holy cow.
It feels like 20 years ago this film came out, but yeah.
Anyway. Watch this film, folks. Trust me, watch it.
I mean, it's got Jake Gyllenhaal, Ben Kingsley, Alfred Molina in it. I mean, come on.
And Gemma Arterton. I'm telling you.
Gemma Arterton.
Good story. Watch it. I know, Melissa, I can't believe it was 2010. Missed potential. That's all I'm going to say for now.
We're looking forward to it. And that will be next week on Walt's channel.
I'm glad my channel.
Looking forward to it. Anyway, let's just wrap up. Firstly, I want to give a big thank you to everybody in the chat. It's been so great seeing everybody. I missed everybody like crazy. Fortunately, over the next couple of weeks, I'll be off work, which is really good. So I'll be able to do a bit more streaming, hang out with you guys in the chat. We'll do maybe some pop-up streams. do some fun games and that kind of stuff.
Maybe we'll do a Disney movie review during the week if Dan's up for it.
I think that's a good idea.
You let me know what day. Maybe we'll do a pop-up surprise Disney movie review on Dan's channel one day while he's off. All he's got to do is let me know.
I think that's a good idea. We could do a watch party.
Oh, I've never done one of those.
Ooh, interesting.
We've
got Kaylee Carnahan. Welcome into the stream. Thank you so much for being here. She goes, least favorite Disney movie. Well, we've already we've reviewed a lot of films. I think one film that comes to mind that we both gave an F to, and that was The Black Hole.
Yeah, The Black Hole.
You weren't a fan of George of the Jungle, but I thought it was so bad that it was good. There's quite a few films that Home on the Range, probably my least favorite animated film. Yeah, that's a good question, Kaylee. Thank you for submitting the question. But before we get there, again, big thank you to everybody. I know it's great to see so many new faces. I will be streaming a lot more over the next couple of weeks, which is really, really fun. I've got something planned for the channel for the future, so keep posted, keep subscribed. I know I've been lacking with content lately.
Yeah, for a new show, possibly.
It may be for a new show, maybe on a different day. I don't know. It might be something different, but we'll just have to wait and see. But before we get to any of this, a big thank you to everybody in the chat. A big thank you to my members. And a big thank you to my partner, my buddy, my brother, Walt from Mouse Talk. Streaming, DIZNEYDAN, what other stuff? You know, you do such amazing stuff over at your channel. I remember Walt, right? You guys may not know this. I've known Walt since he had less than 1,000 subscribers, right? I think you had maybe about 700 subscribers. Mm-hmm. And we kept talking about, we've been here for a long time. We just want to get over that 1,000. And you have soared. And it's just been fantastic. And look, we've known each other for a long time. Like, it's great that you are at a point where you are creating magic for, people coming to your channel, come to see you in the park. So I'm blessed to be not just a part of the channel, but a brother to you and Melissa.
Thanks, dude. Hey, it's our pleasure. And like I said, Dan's our inspiration. We watched Dan a long time ago on one of his 24-hour streams, and that's where I got the inspiration to do this.
Let's not exaggerate. It wasn't a 24-hour stream.
It was supposed to be a 24-hour stream, right? But no, it was. And Dan's a great guy, former cast member, and I love him. And you guys, he puts up great content, and we miss him. And he's going to be over here in the States at the end of the year.
At the end of the year, I will be stateside, Florida side, Orlando side at the end of the year. So that's really, really exciting.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm just blessed to be here. And everybody in the chat, you guys make it so much fun as well. The chat's always a blessing.
Disney better watch out because the Dan is coming over.
I can't wait.
They're gonna have to prepare all the bread service.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna bring you guys.
They are going to run out of bread service by the time I finish with them.
We had dinner. Donna, us.
We did.
Right, we had a blast.
Oh, that was so good. Felt like ages ago though. But anyway,
it was a while. Yeah.
It was a long time ago. It's 3 years. 3 years. Darn you, COVID. Now, guys, please go check out Walt and Melissa. Wonderful channel, wonderful friends, and you got a busy week coming up.
We do. Well, not streaming wise, we don't. We're going to be out of town, so we're going to be away. So no stream this week on Tuesday, no streams next weekend. But we are going to be busy because we're going to be away. But I got another big event, I think, coming up. I'm planning something that's going to be, I think, really, really cool, and I think everybody's going to like. And it's going to be a 7 and 7 kind of thing. So look for that. It's going to be interesting. I'll leave it at that for now.
Call me intrigued. As for me tomorrow, wow, you're not done with me. Tomorrow, I will be live, not on my channel, but on RobFuz's channel, my partner channel, for the Academy Awards recap. We will see who has won the coveted YouTube Academy Award trophy. At the moment, Adam from Adam's Land has won it 3 times in a row. Just because he's in the movie business, so it gives him an advantage.
He's got a slight advantage.
Slight advantage. But I'm convinced that I've won it this year. I feel like I've won it this year, but we'll find out. So come join us, RobFuz's channel tomorrow, where we'll get the fallout of the Academy Awards. Who's won the YouTube trophy this year? Will it be me? Will it be RobFuz? Will it be Adam's Land? Will it be Brandon? I hope not, because I'm trying to beat him every year. But we'll wait and see. That'll be tomorrow. I don't know what time it's starting. Just subscribe to RobFuz's channel. Just a few other bits and bobs. My partner channel is Viapree Project, Mickey's Magic, these wonderful, beautiful people, Walton, Melissa from Mousetalk, and RobFuz. A big thank you to Dean over at theliveplace.com. He's your go-to guy for all your family-friendly live streamers. Over 200,000 billion YouTubers and subscribers and stuff. Go check out the Live Place. And I think that is about the end of the story. So yeah, come back next week for the Prince of Persia. Not on my channel, don't forget. Be on Walt's channel. But I think everyone here is subscribed to Walt because he's the boss. He's the king. So yeah. But you can follow both of us on Twitter and Instagram as well at our, handles, DIZNEYDAN, Mousetalk, all that kind of stuff. Hey, Jill. Those are the ones.
What's up? Good to see you.
So good to see you. We're about to wrap things up. Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, before we go, on my channel has every single Disney movie review we've ever done. Every single one. So go check out the playlist. We've done some really, really great reviews, and we look forward to continuing those. You might see a little one during the week.
Wouldn't that be great? We're going to talk about that.
We need to talk about after the stream. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody. We love you guys. We'll see you. I'll probably see some of you tomorrow. And for the good of all Cree.
For the good of all Cree.
I wonder how many people get that. Anyway, bye-bye.
Nobody.
That's just our thing. Bye-bye, everybody. And how do I end this thing? It says end broadcast.